What's going on, guys? Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking us on out. If you like the Tobin and Leroy radio show, check us on out on the WQAM YouTube page, Porpoise Pod for all my Dolphins out there. If you guys could go subscribe to that, I'll put the links all in the description. Mean a lot to me. But I got to tell you, listen, it's been a goose-filled week here in Dolphins land. Bradley Chubb coming to the fold, Jeff Wilson coming into the fold. Got a game against the Bears coming up on Sunday. But, man, I got to tell you, I loved hearing me some cocky Tua Tagovailoa. We've seen elements of this during OTAs. We saw elements of this during even training camp. Where, Tua is spreading the feathers a little bit. He is showing a more confident side of himself in his words. I think the guy has always had a great demeanor about him. He's been as classy an athlete as you could be, as far as all the people dumping on him and people talking trash about him. Has just handled everything with just tremendous grace, it feels, the entire way through, whether it be trade rumors, doubters, injury, all that stuff. I think for many other athletes that would have thrown up the double middle fingers. But it's been cool seeing this season just a little bit of an edge to Tua with his words. And the best and latest of this that came out was somebody asked him about what he's been most proud of with his development this season. And Tua gave him a very funny answer.
Well, I think I've grown a lot with the deep balls, huh? Don't we think? Yeah? That was probably a subtle jab, but it was a jab. Huh? So I would say the deep ball. And then I can continue to get better on the deep ball.
Yeah. Well, first of all, the deep ball has been amazing this year. He's throwing bombs, just cutting over the middle. Tua, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle. Oh, it's been good, dude. I'm not going to lie. I very much enjoyed every element of it. But I love the fact that, look, let the man strut his stuff. This man was just stretching off a field a few weeks ago, okay? Wasn't able to move his limbs and then came out there and had the performance that he did on Sunday. I would say that he can have a lot of confidence of himself because this man has literally been thrown every level of adversity you could think of, between the broken hip, coming in, sabotage from the coach, whiny QB room with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Let's not forget that. Chan Gailey, who was it's 3 offensive coordinators in year 2. Everything going to plan this year with a coach who supports him, which is actually funny, was listening to him speak about Mike McDaniels almost being overly positive, that he needs some negative reinforcement. He's so used to it that sometimes he needs to go check in with Darrell Bevell to get like a reality check, because Mike McDaniels is just that on the side of positive when it comes to the reviews that he has of him. So I thought that stuff was all great to hear. But yeah, man, look, he should throw it, because one of the things that's crazy about it is I've never seen a quarterback so mischaracterized and thought of when it feels like nobody's actually watching the way that he is, being the idea that he's a check down Charlie, a game manager. What I would say, if anything, Tua's probably, holds on to things and takes risks that he probably shouldn't, or leaves you with some throws when he's had his faulty games, leaves you with throws. You're like, what the hell was that? What was he trying to make happen there? And then you see this year, all the questions of his arm strength, everybody nitpicks every throw to Tyreek Hill like it doesn't happen to other quarterbacks around the league where great receivers beat their man and have to go make an adjustment. The man has been great. I mean, the beautiful throw that he had to Jalen Waddle for touchdown number 2, penguin dance style. The accuracy has just been absolutely tremendous. The throws and just the ability to do it in just such a short amount of time. It's really been breathtaking to watch. So I'm glad that he is, rubbing into people's faces. I don't think it's a ton of the local people, although there's definitely been a few. But man, nationally, that is just such an annoying narrative that has been around. And I think it's great that he is showcasing it. That his deep ball has gotten a lot better. But that wasn't even the most goose-worthy comment from Tua Tagovailoa's weekly press conference. My favorite thing happened to do with goals. And I love the idea of being asked about Super Bowl goals. This was after the Bradley Chubb trade. And this is what he had to say on that.
Throughout OTAs and throughout training camp, we could see the potential that we had as a team, offensively and defensively. And, we're not afraid to talk about Super Bowls here. We're not afraid to talk about, going to a playoff game, having the opportunity to go to one, and then, hopefully winning one. But yeah, if you were to ask me that, I would say I have full belief that we are capable. Even with the trades that we've had. So, yeah.
God, do I love that. I mean, honestly, coming out there and just throwing it out there, that not afraid to talk about the Super Bowl, the confidence, because I think that is the beautiful thing about all of this, right? If you're a Dolphin, if you are a player in the organization, if you're anybody in that franchise right now, everybody just making the push of, hey, the window's now. Let's take a hack now. Let's do something meaningful now. I just respect it so much. I love the idea when a franchise decides, hey, let's take a little leap of faith here. Let's forget the draft picks, forget all that stuff. Let's go get a proven guy. Let's go give Bradley Chubb a monster deal. Let's solidify our pass rush, an area of weakness. Let's make our run game better. Let's really hone in on some things that have been weaknesses that maybe we thought were going to be stronger than they were, and we think that with the schemes that we have, with the coaching that we have, that if we do upgrade there, it's going to be better right away. And I love that, because you never know in an organization when the window is now. What were the Bengals last year? 10-7, lighting the world on fire. Nobody really had them as a perennial Super Bowl team. They had a great second half of the season last year. They lit it up after their bye week. And, they were able to make themselves a little run-ski. Obviously, they're struggling a little bit more now, but for Tua and the organization to believe in what he's looked like, how great the offense has looked, they look like one of the most unstoppable things in the sport. Definitely looks like a division where you think right now the Bills are going to be in front, but it looks vaunting right now, but you're only a couple games back and you have the tiebreaker of them. So why not, man? Why should they sit back here and just, roll over for the Buffalo Bills and just say, oh, it's your division for the night? No, you did enough of that with Tom Brady and the Patriots, for God's sakes. Don't all of a sudden just let another new divisional dynasty emerge. If you believe in the talent that you have and you believe in the players that you have, give them some more ammunition. Give the coaching staff more ammunition. You believe in the scheme that's out here, give them the tools to make it happen. Give them extra stuff. And we've seen this. Look, be real about it. This draft stuff is a crapshoot, and you get all these chips, and it's almost better off pawning them off for proven players than it is going and drafting the guys like outside of a quarterback like Tua, but like Austin Jackson, Noah Benogany, they haven't exactly flourished from that draft, and maybe they will. Maybe there will be some kind of a jump. Who knows? But for me, I'm sitting in and I'm looking at okay, they did that song and dance. They did the responsible thing. They scrapped it out. They cleaned the cap. They did all of that. It's go time. It's go. And there's nothing wrong with them thinking it's go time. There's I think I see all these debates. Were the Dolphins smart? Was this too soon to move? First of all, this isn't even like going and getting an old Von Miller. You're getting a guy 26 years old. Yeah, he's had some injury problems, but he's been healthy this year. He's not old by any means. He's got a lot pass rush. Holy God! What's the window for a really good pass rusher in this league? So I absolutely adore the move that the Dolphins went out there and made, and I love the fact that people in that building are actually having some goals that are ballsy. I mean, I think that's been the thing that's been most impressive with this Dolphins team. So many years, it's felt like they've kind of played things conservatively, or they always, whether it be with Flores, it was a defense first team. With Adam Gase, wait till I get my players in here. With Joe Philbin, what kind of tuna fish am I going to have that week? You never felt like the team put fear into any defensive coordinator. If you're a defensive coordinator in this league and you have the Dolphins coming up, how are you not just having cold sweats at night trying to figure out how to stop this offense? It's got to, how? You already heard it. We played it last week with Dan Campbell, where it was like he already felt defeated with the idea of having to defend Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle already going into that game. And that they were that it was already a mystery that wasn't going to be solved. And I just don't see that getting any easier for anybody else as they continue to grow. Tua's chemistry with them continues to grow. The more reps that they have in this offense, it feels like it's only going to get more complex, more better, more harder to solve for other teams. So good for them, man. I'm good for Tua, first of all, sticking it to all his doubters, and good for Tua going out there as the face of the franchise and telling you that they got the ultimate goal in mind, and they're not afraid to say it.